Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We have a bunch of callers on hold already this evening, and so we're going to get to them here shortly, and we'll see what questions they have, which is always fun, and even more fun to see what kind of answers we get from the spirits and beyond, as my son Jonathan used to say when he was little. He used to say, "Mommy, ask the spirits and beyond." So it's kind of a running joke in our family. But since last week was the 4th of July and I didn't do a live show, and I always give away a free session each month on the first Thursday of the month, I thought I'd do it today on the second Thursday of the month. And how you sign up and register to win a free session, which is worth $155, is just three easy things you need to do. Sign up for my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. Leave a review on iTunes at AskJulieRyan. It's iTunes.com/AskJulieRyan. And follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan. So those three easy things, and then you're put in a drawing, and I draw a lucky winner each month. So this month, a woman named Denise, and she lists herself as Colorado, CO listener, probably Colorado listener. And she said, "I've enjoyed all of Julie's episodes. Your show's inspirational, informative, and so much fun," in all caps. "I'm so glad you share your gift with us, Julie. You are a loving bright light, and I'm fascinated with your healing work. It has had a profound shift in my perspective. I hope someday I can take your angelic attendant training. Thank you for making my days positive and upbeat as I listen in every day. Love, Denise." Well, Denise, thank you for those kind words. And just email me, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com, and we'll find a date and time for you to have your free session for an hour. And you are the big winner in July here. July 2019 winner. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. So, again, follow me on Instagram, Ask Julie Ryan. Sign up for my blog at AskJulieRyan.com and leave a review on iTunes.com/AskJulieRyan. And you, too, can be a lucky winner. So speaking of my training, we're getting ready to do the third class, and that starts this Saturday, and it's full. And so I'm so excited to get going with that. We have people from all over, men, women, all different walks of life, and it's going to be a blast and life-changing for everybody that's doing it. I'll probably do another class in September, and I'll let you know about that. I'll change that on the website here in the next few days. So those of you that are interested and the summer's just too busy and you want to take it, you can go to AskJulieRyan.com and look at the training tab, and you'll see information on that. All right, let's go to the phone, and let's see who we have with us this evening. I believe our first caller is Brianna. Hi, Brianna.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Terrific. Please tell us where you're calling from.
Sure. I'm calling you from the LaGuardia airport, but I'm from Charlotte. I'm stranded here.
Oh, no. Are you in a storm, or what's going on up there?
Yep. There are very dark clouds outside, so I'm assuming it's storm-related.
Yeah, I bet. God bless those people in New Orleans. Everybody in New Orleans, if you're listening, we're thinking of you and sending lots of prayers and good vibes your way. Stay afloat down there. It's supposed to be a lot of water. We're getting it here in Alabama. It's just started. It's supposed to get worse here this weekend, but nothing like what they've got going on in New Orleans. So, anyways. All right, well, Brianna, you got a question for me?
Yes, I do. Well, first off, I'd like to just tell you how much I appreciate the work that you do. I listened to you actually from the Positive Head podcast was how I found out about you, and just really fascinated by the work that you do, and just super excited to get to talk to you, and loved your energy. So my question is actually about my son. So he's just turned 12 years old, and he's always had a tic, like a nervous tic. And I would say probably over the past 6 months or so, it's gotten noticeably worse. And so, I wanted to turn to you because the last thing I want to do for a kiddo that's that young is take him to a doctor and have him pumped with meds or anything like that. I'd love to see if maybe I could schedule, like an intuitive session with you so you can, talk to him and stuff like that. But just wanted to understand if that's something that you could help with, and maybe to help understand why it's just gotten noticeably worse over the past, I would say 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. I just worked with somebody yesterday who has a nervous tic, and he's in his 60s, and it sounds like he's on a respirator. I mean, he gasps for air, and he said he's had it since he was about 12, about your son's age. How long? What's your son's name, Brianna?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Oh, what a cool name is that?
Thanks.
Look at that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you up in LaGuardia. I'm going to mute you. You'll be able to hear me, and then I'll come back on just because of the background noise, but you'll be able to hear me. Okay. So I'm gonna connect to you, Brianna, and then from you I'm gonna connect to Sebastian, and then I'm gonna ask his permission to scan him. And if he says yes, I will. If he says no, I won't. And you may need to talk to him and explain what we're doing. Kids sometimes won't let me scan them just because they don't understand what we're doing. It's pretty funny when a 4-year-old says, no, you can't do it. But we can still get some information even if he won't let me. And one thing, too, before I forget, Brandon Beecham, the Positive Head podcast, he is starting a TV show, and he's invited me to be a guest on his TV show. So I'm going to be flying out to L.A. the end of the month, and I'm going to be a guest on his show on the 27th of July, and I'll get to see Jonathan, my son, and his new wife, Mallory. They moved into their new apartment while I'm out there. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But, okay, Sebastian, here we go. Brianna, I've got my laser beam coming from Sweet Home, Alabama, up to you in LaGuardia, and got you coming back down to Charlotte into Sebastian. Sebastian, I'm talking to my mom. I know it's fine, is what he said. So there we go. Let me see what's going on. Normally when there's a tic, there's a tear or a hole in the energy field membrane. And what the energy field membrane is, Brianna, and everybody listening, is it's the container that holds the energy that is our spirit and our body. Because energy, if it's going to be used for a specific purpose, needs to be in some kind of a container. And this looks like sort of stretchy saran wrap to me, the energy field membrane. The analogy that I use for this is, picture a goldfish in a plastic bag of water because you're taking it home from the pet store. The fish represents our body. The water represents our spirit because the body's inside the spirit, not the opposite. Like a lot of us were taught, and I was taught in Catholic schools, the spirit's someplace in the chest area. That's not what I perceive. What I perceive is the body is inside the spirit, and then the plastic bag is the energy field membrane. When there's a tear or a hole in that membrane, it allows energy to leak. When there's an energy leak, it always precedes any kind of medical, whatever. And so I'm seeing a pretty big tear in Sebastian's energy field membrane. I'm going to go into that tear, Brianna. I'm going to be shown some kind of a scene of some emotional something that happened. With him being as young as he is, it may be in this lifetime, it may be in a past lifetime. So here I go. I'm going in, and the stuff I see, you guys, is so fascinating, especially if it's past life. we'll correlate it with what's going on in this life. Okay, so all right, so it's past life. The year 1712. He's living in Massachusetts. He's a man in Massachusetts. He looks like an infantryman. He looks like he's in the military. All right, let me see what happened. I'm on it because this tear's repairing. This is going to allow him to work on full power. This is how normally we heal tics in people, regardless of what their age is. It's an emotional thing, a lot of times from a past life. So let's see what happened with this infantryman. All right, he was being forced to basically do things that he didn't want to do. He was a pacifist and was being forced to do things he didn't want to do. I'm going to bring you back on. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I
All
can.
right, so this tear's repairing, and we can talk more about that in a private session, but the thing I'm getting as far as correlation is he going to a school he doesn't want to go to? Is he opposed to traditional schooling? Is he more of a creative type that is just not thrilled to be in school? What's going on that front?
Yeah. So we actually moved a year ago, and he does not like the school that he's in.
Okay. All right. That's what I was getting. So what I find is that there are themes from lifetime to lifetime, and they're just a general theme. Different setting, different cast of characters, different set of circumstances. I'm going to mute you again, but I'll bring you back. Hang on.
Okay.
So if you think about the Star is Born movie last fall, was the remake with Gaga and Bradley Cooper. That was the fourth time that movie had been made. Same storyline, different set of characters, different timeline, all of that. When we see that with past life things, those memories can affect our current life. And children from the age of about 6 or 7, they stop remembering past life stuff because their filters start to get put in place so that their spirits can experience what they came here to experience. But what I'm going to do with Sebastian, Brianna, is I'm going to remove that one little nuance of that past life out of his system, and his energy-filled membrane is back to normal, so he's working on full power, and I believe this will help the tic go away. All right,
wonderful.
So I'm removing that one little memory from the year 1712, and it's fun to Google this information we get with past life because you'll get a lot of corroboration on the things we get. A lot of times I'll get like the person's name in the past life and what they did, and oftentimes we can find historical documents to support it, which is fun when that happens. So I've got that removed for him, and schedule a private consult. He does not need to be with us, especially since he's letting me scan him. You and I can do it. Okay?
Okay, good.
So AskJulieRyan.com. Just go there and pick a date and time, and then we'll have a whole hour to digest all of this. Okay,
Wonderful.
But this should help.
Thank you so much.
This should help. You bet. I hope you get home.
Great. Thank
you. Good luck.
Bye now.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
You too.
All righty. Let's go to our next caller. I believe it's Kimmy. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Jules. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, girl?
I'm okay. I've been better. That's for
sure. Tell us where you're calling from.
So I am calling from luxurious New Jersey.
Okay.
I say that with sarcasm because it's just New Jersey. There's really nothing exciting here. I mean, my parents are here. It's been raining all day. We actually have had some nice weather, believe it or not, and then we just had this crazy rain all day today. I was calling, Jules, because my dad is 79. Mm-hmm. He just had a birthday on May 4th, mm-hmm. And last Tuesday, I went and got this love seat because I just closed on a house, and I went and got this love seat, and I didn't know how I was going to fit it in the car. Anyway, I pulled out all of my MacGyver skills that my dad taught me, and I got this love seat in the car. I got it home, I literally got it in the house by myself, like no one helping me. And I went to call him to tell him about all my MacGyver skills that I use. And he's normally like, "Oh, honey, that's so great. That's awesome." But he was just kind of really tired and aloof. And I was like, okay. And then I got off the phone with him, and I got a little upset because he wasn't excited, and he normally is. And then Wednesday morning, his girlfriend called saying he had slept until 11 a.m. He was walking around the house in his underwear, and he really didn't know what was going on. And I said to his girlfriend, I said, "Sharon, call the emergency squad. It sounds like Dad's having a heart attack." And so she did that. And then as the ambulance got there, they called me because I know more about my dad's health than anybody. And, they were asking, like, "Oh, Kim, we think your dad has measles." I'm like, "No, he doesn't have measles. That's just cancer." And my dad's got a really, really, really ultra-rare cancer that is supposedly non-fatal, but it is called systemic mastocytosis. Our mast cells, which are the largest cell in the allergic cascade reaction, releases all this histamine because it thinks that the body is protecting itself from something. But that's what the kind of cancer my dad has. So his body mass produces histamine, and he gets what looks like measles on his skin and on his back and on the backs of his legs right near his popliteal crease. And so they take him to the hospital. They get him to the hospital. He knows his name. The next day, he doesn't really know his name. They don't know what's going on with him. His heart rate was really fast. His liver enzymes were elevated. His blood pressure was like 160 over 100. He had fluid on his lungs. They thought he had Lyme. And then Friday, they gave him antibiotics, and about an hour later, he had a seizure. And my dad has a DNR, but he does not have a DNI. And so the doctor asked me if it would be okay to give him air, and I said yes. Because in that moment,
So explain to everybody, Kim, what a DNI is, DNR and DNI, and what the difference is.
Okay, so DNR is do not resuscitate, meaning, if he's coded, he's dead, don't bring him back. And DNI is do not intubate, meaning do not intubate, and, he had to go to ICU and get intubated with air. So he didn't have a DNI, which is why the doctor called me, because he was unresponsive. And now, mind you, all of this is happening within a couple of days, and it was exhausting because you don't ever prepare for this to happen. And, or at least I hadn't. I mean, I just finally got my dad divorced a year and a half ago at 78 years old from this wanker that he was with for too long. And yes, I do call her wanker because that is her name. So, but anyway, over the weekend, no, I'm trying to think. I don't even remember days anymore. But 4th of July, he was not well, and I actually looked at him and I held his hand, and I said, "Dad," "if you need to go to heaven," and it took me a long time. I was crying in the bathroom for a long time. It took me a long time to say this, but I said, "Dad, if you need to go to heaven, then don't stay for me. Like, you can go." And even though he was in a daze, and he's still kind of in a daze, he looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Okay, then you don't have to go to heaven. It's fine." And he had another day where he wasn't good, and he has his ups and downs. Now, today, my dad's friend was there with him, and he said he was amazing. He was talking and eating and blah, blah, blah. And then when I got there, he was just exhausted, and he didn't really look very good at all, and it was very depressing. And I don't really like my dad's doctors, and I left the hospital. And then I came home. Yeah, and that was...
So let me get him on my radar, Kim, and let me see what's going on. I'm going to connect to you, and from you, I'm going to connect to your dad. Tell me his first name.
Truman.
Truman. Gosh, all
Truman,
these
like
cool,
the president.
all these cool names tonight. Sebastian, Truman. It sounds like a soap opera. Sounds like we're having As the Energy Turns or something crazy like that. Come up with a cool name. As the energy spreads. All right, got you. Yeah. Got Truman. Truman, I'm talking to Kim. Yeah, I know, it's fine. All right, second time. Good. These guys are being cooperative tonight. So I'm going in. When you were telling me about it, Kim, what was coming in is I was getting he had either a UTI or a bladder infection that triggered all of this. And he was having an immune response from that. So, and it may be cleared up by now, but that's what I was getting. So he's not dying at the moment. His spirit's in his body. And what I'm talking about, everybody who's listening, who's saying, what the heck is she talking about? When somebody's dying, the spirit separates from the body, and it hangs on to the top of the head, and it looks like a bubble in a cartoon caption. So I do not see that with your dad, which means his spirit is very much in his body, which is good news. So, all right, let's see what's going on. I'm seeing lots of white cells. He's got some infection going. He's got an infection. Yeah. And they haven't figured out what it is yet.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Hey, Jewel,
so,
is it fungus? Is it fungus?
I get a no. I think it's bacterial. I think he has a bacterial infection. Email me, Kim, and I'm going to send you some information on, let me pull it up on my computer here real fast so everybody can hear what this is. There's a doctor in it's in Virginia, a medical school in Virginia, and he has come up with protocol for sepsis. I would say your dad has sepsis, which is just an infection. Not just, but it can kill people. So let me get this. Hang on a second. Let me find out. I'm pulling it up on my computer. There's a doctor in Virginia who figured out how to deal with sepsis, and he uses vitamin C, thiamine, and steroid IVs. And it's all really cheap, readily available stuff that's in every hospital, and it knocks out the sepsis. So sepsis is really hard to cure, and a lot of people, here we go. Okay, so the guy's name, I want you to Google this, Kim, and anybody listening that's interested in finding out about sepsis. Go to Google Paul Marik, M-A-R-I-K, M-D. He's at Eastern Virginia Medical School. And if you go on my blog, I did a blog about him. If you do a search on my blog, search Ask Julie Ryan Sepsis, and that blog will come up, and all of those links are on there. I have done this with several people around the world, and there's a physician in London with whom I worked a couple of months ago, and her dad was dying of sepsis in one of the London hospitals, and she couldn't get anybody to help her of his physicians. And so she emailed this Dr. Marik, and he emailed her right back. And then he talked to the doctors that were handling her dad's case, and they got him on it. He was out of the hospital in a few days. He was in ICU and dying, and they worked with this doctor. He was so gracious. So I would Google sepsis, Ask Julie Ryan, look at my blog. All those links are on there, and there's more information about it on there too. He's in sepsis right now. In the meantime, I've got anti-inflammatory energy on him. I've got antibiotic energy on him, and that's going to help calm it down. But he needs to be on this protocol, I believe.
Okay.
And it's not going to hurt him. It can't hurt him.
Can I walk into the hospital and say, I would like for you to give this to my father right now?
Yeah, they probably won't. But if you get this Dr. Marik's information and you give that to them and you give them the articles that have been published about how efficient and effective this is, like the guy in the article says normally close to 70% of patients die from sepsis. And in his last 150 patients, when he wrote the article, he'd only lost 2 that he'd used.
Wow.
So, yeah. So,
That's
Dr. Paul Merrick. Yeah. So check that out. And,
yeah.
And
I'm online with it right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Keep us posted. Good luck.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Jules.
Thanks, Kimmy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see who we have next. I believe it's Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Little Rock, California, which is close to Palmdale, California.
Oh, terrific. Out in the desert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very hot out here today.
I bet. Well, it's July in the desert, honey. It's supposed to be hot.
Yes, it is.
At least it's dry hot, right?
It is. It's very dry hot.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, do you have a question for me?
So I was calling because, I wanted to see if you could do a medical scan on me.
Sure.
More in, I've been getting migraines for the past 20 years on and off, but they've become very frequent, and I'm not sure what's triggering it, and they're like migraines that have me in bed for 2 to 3 days.
Okay. Yeah. Let me get you on my radar. All right. Got you. You're full.
Goes away.
Go ahead.
Once the migraine goes away, I feel my brain sore for like 2-3 days after.
Oh, yeah. I know. You feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, I had Jonathan without drugs because he came so fast. So I gave birth without any drugs, like millions of women, hundreds of millions of women. And I survived to tell the tale. I wanted him to hook the epidural up a couple weeks early, and my doctor just laughed at me. But anyways, I had migraines for the first 40 years of my life, even as a small child. And I promise you, migraine pain is worse than labor pain.
Yes.
Because labor pain, you get a little bit of a reprieve for a few seconds. Migraine pain, you don't. So here's what's going on with you. Same thing was going on with me. You have an overgrowth of Candida yeast in your system. And so what I'm doing is I'm clearing that out. And if you email me, I'm going to send you a link, Erica, and anybody else that's listening, I'll send you the link too. Email me, julie@askjulieryan.com. I'm going to send you a link for a gut biome test. You maybe have heard me talk about it. And it's for half off, which is why I want you to email me so I can send you this link for half off. And what it's going to do is it's going to test all the critters in your gut. That's where our immune system is. What happens is when we have an overabundance of yeast, they release toxins into the bloodstream. They cause inflammation. They cause all kinds of funky things to happen to our body, and migraines are one of them. I had a migraine from hell on my 45th birthday, and my doctor here in Birmingham, a guy named Dr. Truss, he figured out this deal about systemic candida. He's the godfather of it. And my husband drove me to his office, and he gave me a yeast antigen shot, like an allergy shot. And he gave me a shot every 15 minutes for an hour. The migraine went away. I had no other symptoms. Normally I would get loss of vision, slurred speech, throwing up, the whole 9 yards, and then the headache from how it would start. I had no symptoms, Erica, and I had no after effects.
Oh, wow.
So I promise you that's what's causing it. That's what's causing it. I've lived through it. I know it. So get this gut biome test done. It's going to tell you what the foods are for you to eat to restore your gut back to health, because food is the best medicine. It's going to tell you these are your superfoods, these are the foods for you to avoid, and here's everything else. Instead of, let's do the migraine diet, let's do the Erica diet for Erica's body, okay? That's number one. Number two, I want you to Google nystatin, and it's Nystatin. It is nectar of the gods, comes in pill form. It is an antifungal that kills yeast on contact. You want to get somebody to write a prescription for you for that. Okay? If you email me again, julie@julieryan.com, I'll send you a picture of what my bottle looks like.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. I will.
Anybody with an overabundance of yeast, you want to be on nystatin as you're getting your food handled. Okay? In the meantime, stay away from anything fermented. Stay away from sugar, processed foods. Yeast loves that stuff. What happens is we get a fermentation factory going in our guts, and it causes all kinds of problems. Okay? So do that. I'm going to send you the links, and easy to fix. Easy to fix, and they will go away. They will go away, I promise.
Okay, good. That's what I need. I need them to go away.
I know. You suffered enough.
Thank you so much,
You
Julie.
are most welcome.
It.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right, let's see who's next. I believe it is Ollie. Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Julie. How are you? Sorry.
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Sorry if it's a little bit noisy. I'm on the bus.
Yeah.
I am calling from Reno, Nevada, and I don't know if I can ask 2 quick questions. First one is, I don't know if I had this on and off relationship, and this last time it was really heartbreaking, and I don't know if I need to let it go to move forward. And then the following questions would be if I need to move out of this state.
Okay, so let's ask the spirits and beyond what is in your best interest. I like to preface it with, is it in Ollie's best interest too? And then we finish the sentence. So is it in Ollie's best interest to continue to live in Reno, Nevada? First thing that comes to my mind is a yes. Is it in Ollie's best interest to continue her relationship with, do you want to say your person's name or not?
Matt.
Okay. Matt?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in Ollie's best interest to continue her relationship with her boyfriend, Matt? The first thing that comes to my mind is no, girl. But that's a broad question. Let's see if we can refine it down some. What is it about your relationship with Matt that's given you heartburn?
We've back and forth, and for some reason, we can't stay away from each other. Something brings us back, and then he gets scared or something. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but he says all these wonderful things, and then just runs away in a way.
Okay.
So it confuses me.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, when you're in a relationship like that, Ollie, pay attention to how you feel when you're with him. When you feel good, pay attention to that. If you feel bad, that's your spirit saying you got to look at this from a different perspective. How is this benefiting me? It may be benefiting you in I'm going to mute you because of the background noise, but you'll still be able to hear me. It may be benefiting you in that you know what you don't want, so that's going to help you figure out what you do want. So if you can pay attention to how it feels instead of intellectualizing everything, we try and figure stuff out, especially when it's a relationship situation. Just pay attention to how you feel, because that's the only thing you can control. And then you can make your decisions from there. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a safe trip home. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's see who's next. I believe it's Sally. Hi, Sally.
Hello.
Hi, Sally.
Julie.
How are you?
I guess I'm confused, and I'm trying to recover from a couple of weeks that I've been down.
Uh-oh.
But I'm in Washington State.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm at a place in my life where I've been retired. I'm trying to make a decision. It's hard for me to be able to downsize my stuff. That's kind of holding me back. And whether I should be staying in my home, whether my son wants me to come live with him, and he wants to build a small house, or whether I need to sell the house or do I need to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really kind of lost. I really thought that as far as getting older and being able to face death, it's just a matter of being here and over on the other side. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm at that stage, it's kind of a little bit different. The reality of it is a little bit different for me, even though I know that the part as far as the spiritual and the physical as being here and being over on the other side is not that much different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at some things and just feeling like a real loss because I'm not going to be here in the physical body.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was going to be something that it was just something that it would be easy for me and I would understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing there's something else that's either bothering me or something for me to look at. Because I've had a real chest and very much phlegm the last 2 weeks. So there's trying to get away and get out of my body, and whether that's just enough or what for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you read my book yet or listened to my book yet, Sally, Angelic Attendants?
No, I haven't. I didn't know you had a book.
Yeah, it's called Angelic Attendants, What Really Happens as We Transition from This World into the Next. And it's available. It's the 12 phases of transition are in there. We talk about that. And you can see that chart on my website.
Right.
But you can get the book on Amazon. It's in an audio book. It's about 3 hours long if you want to listen to it. And it's available in most libraries. And the audiobook's available on Hoopla for free, too. I highly recommend that you read it because I think it's going to give you a lot of insights about what to expect when you transition. I think that of course, we're all afraid of what we don't understand and what we don't know. And if we didn't care about dying, then, we wouldn't live our lives. I think elderly people that have been around for a long time, they just get to a point where they've done everything they want to do and they're ready to go. So I think that's number one. Number two, what I'd like to do is get you on my radar and let me see what's going on with your chest and see if we can get that cleared up so that you feel better. So here comes my laser beam out there to Washington. Got you shooting. Okay, so you have a bacterial infection in your lungs going on. So I'm applying anti-inflammatory energy and also antibiotic energy. You've been to the doctor and you're on antibiotics, is that right?
No. I try to avoid those if I can, and I don't.
Okay.
Trying to do it in a more natural way by using silver and celery juice and what else? Something else that I've been trying to work with. And doing the lime juice in the water.
Okay, well, I've got a whole bunch of antibiotic energy on you right now. And, excuse me, hopefully, Sally, that will help in the short run. If you start feeling worse, I think it would make sense for you to go to the doctor.
It seems like getting better, but it's kind of hanging on. It's a little bit over 2 weeks.
Yeah. So if you start spiking a temp or you start feeling badly worse than you are now, then I think it would make sense for you to see the doctor because I believe you have a bacterial infection going on. Okay. So as far as should you do things, I don't know. Should is whose opinion. What I like to do is what I just did with Ollie, our caller right before you, is it in my best interest to? When you ask that question, is it in my best interest to sell my house? Is it in my best interest to move closer to my son and let him live with my son? That kind of stuff. The answer is going to come in a second, Sally, and that's going to be divine guidance. If you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's going to be your brain answering you, and spirits are really literal. So be very specific in the questions you ask. So let's ask a couple here real quickly. So is it in Sally's best interest to sell her home at this moment in time? I got a yes. What did you get?
A no.
Okay. But I added at this moment in time, too, because future events are fluid. You know, there are lots of variables that are coming into play in the future. So is it in Sally's best interest to move closer to her son? What you get?
I'm up and down on it.
I got a yes. I got a yes on both. Yeah. So if you want to talk about it further, why don't you schedule an appointment, and you can do that on AskJulieRyan.com, and we can go through all of these different questions you have one by one and just decipher them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I hope
Thank you
you feel
much.
better. Thanks for calling.
You bet. Thank you for helping.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we do this show, everybody, every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677# or hashtag. And you can find this information a bunch of different places. Go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. You'll see all of this. It's on the show notes. We're on lots and lots of networks. Our podcast is, so anywhere you download podcasts, if you look at the show notes, this call-in information is there. Also, I send out a blog each week, and the call-in information is on the body of the email for that, just as a reminder. I'm on Alexa at Ask Julie Ryan. I'm on YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan. And also, another thing is when you're on my site, sign up for my blog and sign up for an appointment. And then we'll have a whole hour to talk about all of these questions that you have and get you some answers. All right, this week the question was submitted from Amy, and Amy lives in San Diego. And she said, "Hi, Julie. I have 2 wrists and knees that are arthritic, and although I've had x-rays, I do not have an actual diagnosis yet. I've had a few bicycle falls from grace." I love that. I thought that was cute. "And maybe the physical impact has injured them. It's been over 2 years or more. In addition, I have a bloated belly, challenging bowels, painful knees and wrists, like I said before. I'm underweight and have frequent urination issues. I am an extremely healthy eater, and I'm religious about stretching and moving my body. Any help, please? Thank you and blessings, Amy." And here's my response. Hi, Amy. In order to get some information for you, I energetically connected to you in San Diego and got you on my radar, which means I have a picture of you in my mind's eye. As you mentioned, your wrists and knees look inflamed. That means I saw, again in my mind's eye, hi Zella, I'm going to mute you, but you'll be able to hear us. I saw you in my mind's eye, and what looked like red fog over body parts is what inflammation looks like to me. Once I applied blue anti-inflammatory energy, I could see, again in my mind's eye, what the doctors are calling arthritis. To me, arthritis looks like rock salt crystals in joints. Interestingly enough, that's what it also looks like on the monitor in surgery when a knee or other joint is being scoped. I then watched an energetic healing happen where the arthritic crystals were removed and stem cell energy was applied to your knees to generate new cartilage. Stem cell energy looks like light amber-colored gel with sparkles in it. It's amazing stuff. It'll regenerate whatever body part is needed, whether that be brain matter, heart, muscle, bone, etc. I've even watched whole organs get regenerated with this stem cell energy. Next, I scanned your GI tract and saw lots of candida yeast. That's just what we were talking about with Erica, with the migraines. And those yeasty critters, man, they can wreak some serious havoc on our bodies. You most likely have been on steroids for your joint pain. These and other medications are known to decimate the gut biome by killing off the bacteria needed to keep a healthy ecosystem and thus a robust immune system. Our immune systems are based in our guts. I energetically removed the yeast. I believe your yeast issues are contributing to the inflammation and pain in your joints and the bloating and other GI issues you mentioned. Now, here are a couple of suggestions. Consider getting a gut biome test done to determine the best foods for you to eat. Remember, food is the best medicine. So anybody that wants a link to that 50% off of the gut biome test, email me, Julie@AskJulieRyan.com. Number 2, stay away from sugar and anything processed or fermented. That's what I was just telling Erica. When it comes to food, think of it like this. If God made it, eat it. If man made it, avoid it. Hope these healings and info help you feel better. Thanks for your question. So, Amy, good luck with that, and I hope this helps your arthritic joints. Okay, let's go back to the phone and see who's next. I believe it's Erica, another Erica. Hi, Erica.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling in from Washington, Utah.
Okay, terrific. Got a quick question for me?
I do, and I've called in before over a year ago. It's for my 11-year-old son, Cash. He gets nauseous, waves of nausea, and he thinks he's going to throw up. And when you scanned him a year ago, you said it was the Candida, and I got him on the liquid nystatin. And so he did get better. And now it's acting up again, although he hasn't been on any antibiotics. So I don't know. I would just like another scan for him. He just cries at night sometimes.
Oh, because his stomach hurts so much and he feels bloated?
He gets diarrhea sometimes, depending. Like he had an Oreo shake this week and immediately was on the toilet with cramps. But yeah, he feels like he's going to throw up, and he just cries. And usually it's at nighttime.
Do the gut biome test for him. That is just the best thing to do. It's
even
just
for an
so
11-year-old.
Yeah. Everybody has a gut biome. I can hear him in the background. Hey, Cash, it's a poop test.
He's very interested.
You do at home.
His cousin have been listening to your whole show, and they're fascinated.
Oh, great. Hi, guys. Welcome. Yeah. Well, email me, Erica. I'll send you the link. You guys read this stuff online about this test. It's fascinating. And the results are going to tell you, Cash, everything that are the good foods for you to eat for your body and the foods for you to avoid to get your stomach healthy and to get your your stomach back in shape so that you feel good and that you don't have any more stomach aches or feeling like you're going to barf.
Would you be able to scan him and see if there's more Candida in there?
It already is. I'm already in there. Yeah, absolutely. He's got Candida back. Yeah, I'm already in there.
So should we do more nystatin?
I would do nystatin, but Erica, consider getting the tablets, and when you email me, I'll shoot you a picture of what the bottle looks like, because the liquid nystatin has a lot of sugar in it, so babies will take it. But, Cash, can you swallow a pill? Can you swallow a tablet?
He hasn't yet, but so I could crush it up and put it in applesauce. He'll take it that way.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Be sure it's on, and I would rather put it in something that doesn't have a bunch of sugar in it. That's why we're trying to avoid the liquid. But I would switch to the tablets. But he's got yeast, easy to fix. No big deal, Cash. We'll get you back to normal fast. Yeah, but do this test so you know what foods are going to be best for him to eat.
To eat and not to eat. And then after he does go through a round of nystatin, will he be able just to eat normally again? Or is this like avoid sugar for a long time?
I've had yeast my whole life, and I'm 60, and I developed it when I went on antibiotics when I was 24 hours old because I got a staph infection in the nursery when I was born. So my gut biome was decimated from birth. And so I really have to watch it. It's been pretty much under control for the last 20 years. That's why I'm such an expert on yeast, because I lived it for all these years. And so now, boy, I can tell if I eat something that's got a bunch of sugar or it's refined in it, those yeasties are there just having a party in my gut, and I get the symptoms. So I think it can be cleared up, especially somebody as young as Cash. I mean, for me, for heaven's sakes, it took hold for 40 years. So Yeah, I think
I did want to ask, is he lactose intolerant?
Yes. But all that's going to show up on that test. But on that Oreo shake, not only did it have milk in it, it had all that sugar in it.
Sugar, yeah.
Yeah, and milk absorbs the sugar in the body.
So he's got double whammy there with the lactose and the sugar.
But it's the sugar that's activating the yeast is what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, well, thanks for calling. Cash, thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So
you
appreciative.
Bet. Take care. Enjoy your summer. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, let's see who's next. I think it's Denise. Hi, Denise. Denise,
Hi.
Are you with us? Hi,
yes.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
Buffalo, New York.
All right. Well, you got a quick question for me?
Yes, I have a quick question, but I just wanted to tell you that when I first got on the call, you said that Denise won July's consultation, and that was me. So I was so excited.
You're my winner?
Yes. I was like jumping up and down.
Oh, my gosh. Well, gosh, no coincidences in life. I love that. Serendipity at its best.
I know. So I had to say that because I was just like so thrilled.
Wonderful. What's the chance of that?
I know. That's what I thought the whole time. I was like, I hope that I get on tonight so I can tell her, so everyone can hear just how incredible that was. So
yeah. So email me, Julie@julieryan.com. We'll set up a date and time.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for that. I have been wanting to call the last couple of weeks, so I'm glad I got on because I was hoping that you could actually do a scan on my husband. Mm-hmm. He's been having,
If he'll let me.
I mean, I did mention it to him a couple of times, and he said that he would be okay with it, so I guess that's up to him. But I did let him know that I wanted to do it, and he said he'd be fine with it. So, but his name is Drew, and he's at work right now, but he has had severe acid reflux for the last 10 years, and I keep telling him to cut out sugar, but I don't know if that's what's causing his severe acid reflux that he has every day. So I was just wondering if you could just do a scan and see if it's something more serious or if it might just be the sugar that I was thinking it was.
It's usually yeast. It's usually an overabundance of yeast. It sounds like a yeast show tonight, but that's what usually causes it.
Exactly.
And so I'm getting him on my radar. I'm talking to Denise. Is it okay if I do a quick scan on you? Yes, fine. Good job lining that up. Okay. So, yeah, he's got an overabundance of yeast. Okay. So when you email me about an appointment, I'll send you that link for the gut biome test.
Right.
I'm also going to send you information on the nystatin, and I'll send you information on Candida. And anybody else that wants this, email me.
The test, so I have that, so that's great.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay.
While I have you on the line and you're connected to him, so can you just perhaps maybe do a scan on his knee, because he was having some severe pain in his knee this evening, and I was just wondering if you could take a look at that. His right knee. Yeah.
Okay. The energy went to his left knee.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it may be because he might be favoring it. So let me look at the left knee first and see what's going on with that. Inflammation looks like red fog, like a cloud or red fog on a body part. So let me get that removed with anti-inflammatory energy, calm that down, and get behind it. Do you have a chiropractor you guys go to?
No, we don't have one.
Okay, find somebody who does that they really like, and go visit them. That knee just needs to be adjusted. So let me see, and they'll do that, and he won't be in pain within about 2 minutes when they adjust it. Let me see what's going on with the right knee. Okay, so the right knee, he's got some arthritis in the right knee. When I was reading the blog from Amy in San Diego that has arthritis, and I see these little, looks like rock salt crystals in the joint. I'm getting those out, and again, that's what it looks like in the OR, on the monitors when a knee or a shoulder or a hip is scoped. So I'm getting that cleaned out, and I'm shooting some stem cell energy to get that padding, that cartilage in that joint beefed up a little bit, so he's got some more of that.
Great.
Yeah. So this gut biome test is going to help. When he eats food that his body's going to work, that's going to work with his body, it's going to reduce inflammation. When you reduce inflammation, the joint pain goes away. It's almost miraculous. So, that's what's going on. Has he taken steroids and pain meds for the pain in his knee?
No, nothing. I mean, occasionally ibuprofen, but that's maybe once every couple months. So.
Okay. All right. Because that can cause the yeast overgrowth too. But we can explore that more in detail. But yeah, email me and I'll send you that stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Okay. You are most welcome. Thanks for calling. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Thank you. I'm excited.
Me too. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That is it for this week. We are out of time, but thanks to everybody that called in. For those of you I didn't get on, please call back next week. Let me know you didn't get on this week, and I'll do my best to get you on first. And for all of you listening, thanks for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Ask Julie Ryan. Sign up for my blog, AskJulieRyan.com. I'm on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. And for those of you that have read my book, Angelic Attendants, please leave an Amazon review for me because it helps other people in need of comfort it helps them find this material. It really means a lot to them and especially to me. So thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.